So what's your Black Friday steal that you're going to grab this afternoon?
Honestly, just getting that tea in Carytown at Sugar and Twine was like fighting through the Black Friday crowd.
It was.
You know, there was once upon a time where we took Black Friday seriously.
Yeah.
We were going out in droves. We were waiting in line. We were camping in tents outside of Best Buy just to get the latest Zenith TV and an Xbox 360. Those were the times that I miss.
Yeah. RIP.
Yeah.
Because those days are gone.
Those days are gone.
Now it's like people are stampeding each other to buy, a piece of junk.
Yeah.
And I remember camping out in front of Best Buy. You camp out, then, have Thanksgiving dinner, you do all that and you go and camp out, wait till midnight or, whatever. And it was fun. Like, it's the purest definition of like a dopamine rush, right?
Yeah.
Because you're in anticipation of this thing. No one else can have it, right? It's the perfect execution of like scarcity and urgency. And you don't know if you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's not like that, right? It's like everything, like Black Friday sales have been going on for a month at this point, right? Like Amazon,
Yeah, like over a month they start promoting Black Friday.
Yeah. And it's because, we can't have anything nice, right? Imagine if it's like, oh, everyone just starts celebrating Christmas right now. It's like, no, that's not fair. Like we've all agreed that Christmas, like we're waiting for Christmas and we'll celebrate Christmas on Christmas.
Yeah.
But we can't do that on Black Friday. It's not a real holiday. It's like a made up, self-entitled, indulging holiday for us to just buy mass manufactured plastic and junk and for people to just rape our wallets, basically.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a bummer.
We used to do something big on Black Friday. It's just thinking about that. I'm thinking about one of my favorite Christmas movies, and two, my first Black Friday haul. Like the first time I went out and actually waited to get something. My favorite Christmas movie is one of the favorites. Is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You ever seen that?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I have a feeling I know who I'm talking to.
I know, dude. Yeah, I was telling somebody the other night I was telling my stepsister I'd never seen The Grinch. She was like, dude, she's like, what? All right, what's going on?
We have a list that we're accumulating as we get to know each other, that I'm not going to force you to watch any of these, but I'm going to strongly recommend that you do.
I know.
The Matrix is on there. Terminator is on there. There's a couple of other like cult pieces.
Yeah.
And there's obviously a lot of Christmas movies. The Grinch is a great one. Big fan. But my personal favorite was Jingle All the Way, because Arnold Schwarzenegger is not an action hero in this movie.
Right.
He's a dad who's 6'3" and 250 pounds. He's just a regular guy in suburbia with a strong Austrian accent trying to get his kid a toy for Christmas.
I feel like it does ring a bell. I feel like I may have seen it.
Well, the thing
as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, you've probably seen some like bits and pieces or maybe like, commercials about it. The thing that this reminds me of, or Black Friday reminds me of, is the scene in the movie, which is basically the same thing, except it was before the big internet craze of Black Friday and getting TVs. There was a character named Turbo Man, and they made a doll, like a toy. And his son loves this Turbo Man and has to have the toy. And his mom and Arnold's wife is like, you need to get the toy. You get it early because it's going to sell out. And he waits. He waits and he waits and he doesn't get it. And like the day before Christmas, he runs out and tries to get it. And of course, it's sold out everywhere. And there's like a bunch of other procrastinating parents who have waited and are looking to get this doll or this Turbo Man toy. And they're like, this is before cell phones. So they're like, where do we go? Where do we go? Did you hear from, that mall or this mall and all the mall across town? Is like, no, everyone's sold out. We've been to all those stores. And then somebody gets a tip that there's one Turbo Man doll at one store in one part of town. And then everyone mobs the store, and the store is closed. And the owner of the store is waiting and like is going to try and do like a little raffle thing. It's like everyone gets a ticket. At the end of once everyone's in and has a ticket, we'll do a raffle. And like, okay. He's like, you have to calm down or I'm not going to let you in. And they're like, okay, we're calm. And Arnold's up at the front and he's opens the little raising gate thing and they just mob. They storm the store, like jumping over the manager, jumping over other like toy, like box towers, and just, it is anarchy. And it reminded me exactly of those like pictures that I keep seeing. I've seen a lot like today and the last couple of days of, you know, like 5-6 years ago, maybe like longer than that, 7 years ago, of people mobbing a Best Buy and like jumping on top of people. It was insane. And fortunately, I didn't go to any of those mobs and I didn't have that experience, but I can see like the one-to-one there. But my favorite Black Friday haul was staying up all night, going to Best Buy and getting Rock Band for the first time.
Nice.
Remember that?
Oh yeah, dude. It was like a cult, you know, fan favorite for, like mid 2000s.
Oh yeah, man. It was like early 2010s.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I was obsessed.
Yeah.
Because I really, really wanted to be like in a band growing up.
What was your instrument of choice?
The drums.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. And my fascination was I couldn't really play a real drum set because I didn't have one.
Yeah.
And I tried to play guitar and tried to play keyboard, but I didn't really learn. And you get pretty good at the game, have some fun. But with the drums, with Rock Band, because like Guitar Hero came out and you could just rip a guitar.
Yeah.
But you just press buttons.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But Rock Band came out and it was like a drum set, but it was a controller, drumsticks and everything. I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I get to play the drums and I get to play a video game. Sign me up. So I went out there 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whenever, got mine, came home 6 o'clock in the morning, tired, set it up, played all day, played all weekend.
Yeah.
It was the best.
Dude. Yeah. It's hard to capture that same type of energy these days, like when a game would release and it's like you go to school the next day and everyone's talking about it because you know that everyone else is getting it too. And we just don't have those moments anymore because of social media and the internet, so anything that happens, it's immediately right in front of us on a screen. And you miss those collective cultural moments, even when, we talked about this before about how we really hadn't had that. And one of the only modern examples that I could think of was when Barbie came out at the same time as Oppenheimer and everybody's kind of talking about it. And it's like this, it's this national or even global experience that everybody's kind of sharing together.
Yeah.
And Rock Band and, Guitar Hero and some of these video games from our childhood are like that, like Grand Theft Auto and stuff. And maybe that'll be the next one is like whenever Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, right? Like
that's got to be the next one, right? Because I don't play games anymore, but I do definitely remember there being like numerous, like national, worldwide, like a collective event, like a collective happening. Like the Barbenheimer example is a really good example of it like happening, this decade, but it hasn't happened in a long time. And, because everything that happens is updated and shared and posted and you can just tune in whenever and however. And between you and your friend group, you might be like, oh yeah, did you see that thing? And they're like, yeah, I saw that thing. It was pretty cool. And you might pass it around between your friends. But, if your friend's friend doesn't like or subscribe to that channel, he's never going to see it. So he's not going to get the reference. But I liked that those events united people unbiasedly. If you liked it, you could talk about how you liked it. If you didn't like it, you could talk about how you didn't like it. But that was pretty much it. It was this one thing that hundreds, if not thousands of people could unite on. And you could run into a stranger in the store and happen to be talking about it. And someone else in line would be like, oh yeah, I saw that movie. I didn't like it. Or yeah, I saw that movie and it was great. What was your favorite part? And boom, you're connected with a complete stranger on something that has nothing to do with who you are, where you came from, your race, how much money you make. It's just purely community. Like, I think that's cool.
Yeah. Well, especially because going to a movie was, $5, $6, $7, $8, maybe like 11 for like an IMAX type thing, Yeah, it's just all different. I saw from time to time, you'll see these videos of the empty malls that have basically gone out of business. And you look back on it, and you see these malls empty, getting ready to close down. And if you would have said that that was ever going to happen when we were young, you'd be like, there's no way. Like, there's just no way, because that's also almost like a cultural thing, right? When you're a kid, like on the weekends, you go to the mall, right? And there's like things happening. You go to the mall and Santa's there, and like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of that same thing. And you'd run into your classmate or something at the mall, or you'd meet up with your friends there. And yeah, it's like time was slower. And when things would happen, people collected around them more in a stronger way.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're just these, not to be depressing about it, but they're just fleeting moments. You could see something that is easily, funnier than anything you've ever seen in your life. And it's like, haha. And then you just scroll past it and it's over. And then you forget about it and you never see it again. It's